Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ed Mahar Arena as we are moments away from the start of this match between the Concordia Stingers and Bishop's Gators. Thank you all for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Maxime Cadet joined with Oliver Richmond as Concordia continue their winning ways, and they'll want to finish on their winning ways in the final two games of the season, both at home. On the other side, for the Bishop's Gators, they need wins as they are still fighting for that second place in the RCQ and try to host a playoff matchup against the Carabins de l'Université de Montréal.
Obviously, getting that second place spot would be absolutely huge for Bishop's. Home ice advantage means so much in the playoffs, but Montreal currently playing McGill today, so it's going to be tough for Bishop's. They're going to have to go undefeated in their last two games, and they're going to have to hope that Concordia can take down Montreal next Friday as well.
As we get the starting lineups for the Bishop's Gators, it is Garo and Cienci who will be starting off for the defensive partnership for the Gators. No surprise here for the starters. So Annika Lafrenière, Sandrine Chouinard, and Noémie Fontaine will be the starting front line. The second line will start off for Bishops. So a bit of a tactical maneuver for the Gators as Turcotte, Santerre, and Côté will start on the bench.
I mean, it's so great to have such a strong line like that come out as your technical second line of the period, but it's obviously your first line, such a high-scoring first line. Gabrielle Santerre with 13 goals and 12 assists this season. So having her as a spark off the bench immediately will be amazing for Bishops as they need to come out of this game fast. We've seen the Stingers on this 17-game win streak. They usually score first, and it really ends up well for them. Obviously, on Friday, Bishops was able to get the icebreaker, but didn't work out for them as it was tied 3 apiece after 2 periods, but Concordia ran away with it in that third period, ending that game 7-3. So Concordia, their only time showing a little bit of, I don't know, I guess, not so good hockey in this 2026 or since that first loss, the only loss of the season earlier in the first semester. But since then, they haven't looked back, and they've definitely been one of the best teams in the country, ranked second in U Sports women's hockey at the moment.
Starting line for Concordia is Camille Richard, Émilie Lavoie, Émilie Lucier, Zoe Thibault, and the captain, Jessie Maud Drapeau. Let's get to the national anthem, and then we'll give you your starting goaltenders for both sides. It is Concordia versus Bishops here at MHR Arena. Let's get to our starting goaltenders for this afternoon. And for Concordia, it is no surprise that starting goaltender is Jordan Verbeek.
Yeah, Jordan Verbeek having one of the best seasons in women's U Sports hockey at the moment with a .127 goal against average and a .946 save percentage. She's got 4 shutouts on the season. She made 27 saves in that win on Friday.
And for the Bishop Skaters, it is Erika Gagnon.
Erika Gagnon also having a great season despite Bishops being on a bit of a losing ways in this 2026. They had a really strong start to 2025. Erika Gagnon with a 2.43 goal against average, but still a really strong 9.20 save percentage. She also made 27 saves on Friday before being pulled after she let 4 goals by her quite early into that third period. So a switch. They brought in Laurence Boivin, but she also let in 2 goals very quickly before Concordia scored an empty netter to take the win home on Friday.
Bishops will try to keep their second place. Concordia trying to finish off the season strong as we are underway here at Ed Mahar Arena. Puck goes and will be pushed down the ice. Chasing after it, Annika Lafrenière with possession. Passing behind, but it goes to Thibault. Thibault knocks it around the boards, goes to Riga Garo for the Gators. Passing it will only go to neutral ice to Emilie Lavoie. Lavoie dumps it back in. Lucie chases after it. Gagnon will get there first for the Gators. She'll pass off for Garo. Garo passing to the other side. Cannot find Sandrine Chouinard. He'll go to Pelovic. Pelovic trying to keep possession. Knocks the puck down out of the air. Lucie gets it at neutral ice. Verpest with possession. Now it will go to Jabin for Concordia. Jabin pushes it forward. Lucie wants to go for a change, but accidentally collided with Jabin. And now it's Béatrice Caron with it. Caron dumps it in. Behind the net it goes. Lafrenière trying to push it forward, cannot get there. Courtney Rice to intercept on the forecheck, has some help from Verpest. But now it will go to Pelovic. Pelovic will just shoot it in. And the puck will go to Courtney Rice. Down the ice, Béatrice Caron can't control it. Down the ice, it will go. It'll go Naomi Coté now trying to keep possession here for Concordia. Can't do so. Caron to Jabin. Jabin loses it, goes to Courtney Rice. Rice to Pelovic. Pelovic dumps it down. Erika Gagnon with it now. Gagnon gives it to Marie Bonhomme. Now to Daphne Boutin. Boutin trying to clear it out with some help from Justine Turcotte. Gaudreau blocks that attempt. Puck into the boards on the left side. Santerre with it. Santerre cannot beat Rosalie Parent. The third line of Concordia bringing some good forecheck here. Puck along Santerre, can't control it. Now it goes to Justine Turcotte. Turcotte working on the right side. Still Turcotte with it. Will backhand it. Verbeek will just knock it to her right. Santerre after it. Gets knocked into the boards. Can't keep possession. Bidzier there to help. Puck at neutral ice. Shot in front. Blocked. And it goes into the equipment of Gaudreau. And Concordia back with possession behind the net. Lavoie to McIntyre. McIntyre passing across. Nobody home on the other side. Taking over here is Bouchard. Rosalie Bouchard waits, circles behind, looking for a pass. Now we'll go all the way up to the point. We'll find Cameron Johnson. She'll just push it in again. Aspopotamaitis fighting with Rosalie Parent along the left corner. Both teams keeping track of the puck. And Sophie Bertrand chasing after it. Can't get it, however. And it's Lavoie with it. Goes to Parent. Parent finds Bidzier. Bidzier honors with speed, but it goes to Furlong. Furlong has to wait as Concordia makes some changes. She'll just backhand it behind her. Juliette Leroux fighting against Aspopotamaitis. Will get there first on the forecheck. Now Julianne Boire will able to push it to the other side with some help from her defense. Aspopotamaitis gets it to neutral ice. Brassard can't control it. And it goes all the way back for Laforme to Cameron Johnson. Johnson has to circle back. Forecheck continues for Concordia as they keep putting on pressure. Jordan Laforme with it for the Gators. Laforme backhands it, can't find Julien Boire on the first attempt. Brassard there to help, and now Boire will clear it down the ice. Jordan Verbeek gets it. Pass it for Camille Richard. Richard trying to find Drapeau, intercepted by Brassard, and the puck goes down the ice once again. Annie Robinson with it for Concordia. Her pass will find Thibault. Thibault trying to backhand it. It will be intercepted by Sandrine Chouinard of the Gators. Chouinard can't go around the Concordia defense. Goes back to Robinson. Robinson goes off the boards. Puck deflected down the ice. It goes for Fontaine. Fontaine has some pressure from Lucier. Puck goes in front. Will go to Annika Lafrenière at neutral ice. She'll break into Concordia zone. Lafrenière to Garo. Garo lost it between her skates. Shoots it in front of the backhand. Does not go on target. Noémie Fontaine with it. Fontaine loses possession to Béatrice Caron. Caron to Lucier. Lucier trying to find Thibault. Intercepted by the Gators. Chouinard tries to dump it away. Gets blocked off. Puck in the middle of the ice. Drapeau can't control it. Goes to Annika Lafrenière for the Gators. Lafrenière on her right side. Will wrist shot it. Saved by Verbeek. Puck into the left corner. Jessimo Drapeau with it now for Concordia. Will pass it off for Robinson. Robinson to Lucier. Lucier Moving it up, pass it to Thibault. Thibault tries to clear it, but it goes back to Lucie. She'll shoot it on net, but it goes over the net. Almost 5 minutes gone by already in the first period. No whistle has been drawn. Pelovic with possession gets pushed in by Santerre, trying to clear it forward. The captain for the Gators at least gets into Concordia's zone, but the Stingers get it back. Courtney Rice can't control it. Puck in front of the benches. Now it goes to Naomi Cote. Cote shoots it. Saved by Verbeek. Rebound loose in front. Will go to Velpest. Frédéric Velpest loses possession. Camille Marie-Bonhomme with it for the Gators. Marie-Bonhomme dumps it behind her. Gabrielle Santerre with it. Santerre trying to pass it in front. Only goes to the stick of Courtney Rice. Rice dumps it to the other side. Pelovic finds Velpest. Velpest will dump it off the backhand. Courtney Rice chases after it. Erika Gagnon gets there first. She'll knock it around the boards. Goes to Naomi Cote. Cote to Santerre. Can't reach her properly. It goes back to Cote on neutral ice. Trying to find Boutin. Can't find the target. Puck will get deflected down the ice. It goes. Icing waved off. Camille Marie-Bonhomme with it. Marie-Bonhomme can't clear it away. Lavoie trying to spin around the defense. It goes back to Lavoie. Lavoie at the point. Shoots it in front. Takes the deflection. Rebound saved by Gagnon. Puck will get dumped away. McIntyre will chase. Will it be an icing call? No, it's waved off. Play continues. That's Protomaitis on the forecheck. McIntyre gets there first. Goes to Noémie Gaudreau. Gaudreau finds Bidier. Bidier working on the left. Partial 2-on-2 for Concordia and Bishops. Bidier trying to pass it back in front. Gets blocked off by Cameron Johnson. 6 minutes gone by in this first period. Still no whistle. Puck in the right corner. Lafont trying to clear it away. Unsuccessful in her attempt. Anne-Sophie Bertrand will knock Bidier into the boards. Furlong can't get to it. It goes to Cameron Johnson now. Johnson trying to get it out of the Bishop zone. Unsuccessful. Goes to Bertrand. Bertrand goes around the boards, finds Lafont, but now it goes to Protomaitis. She leaves it behind. Goes back to Lafont, back to Protomaitis, into neutral ice. Can't find Bouchard. It goes to Camille Guichard now. Guichard to Robinson. Robinson trying to find Juliette Leroux. Puck deflected in front of Concordia's bench. Now it goes to Audrey Clavette. Clavette with space. Wrist shot saved by Gagnon. Trying to cover it up off the rebound. Will be successful in that attempt. And finally we get a whistle after 6 minutes and 30 seconds gone in the first period.
Max, I'll give you a chance to take a breather there. 6.5 straight minutes of hockey. Was back and forth early on. Opportunities for both teams. Lots of neutral zone battles being won by Bishops there. So they had the front hand, but then a couple great opportunities for Concordia as Lavoie was able to find a deflection up front, and then Audrey Clavette was able to get a shot on net there for the first whistle of the game.
Puck in the right corner. Regan Garot has to fight against Drapeau and Lucier. Get some help here as the puck goes to Bouchard. Rosalie Bouchard stays behind her net. Pass over for Regan Garot. Garot gets poked off the puck by Lucie. Lucie trying to pass it back to Drapeau. Never saw the pass coming. And Cianci will just push it down the ice. Chasing after is Bouchard. Can she beat the icing? No, she cannot. Whistle sounds, and we'll have another face-off down the Gators side of the ice. Shots 3-2 in favor of the Gators so far in this game.
Despite the icing, it's only going to be Concordia that changes their defensive pairing. You've got the first line out there. They just got out there. No point in switching it up. A great opportunity, maybe some tired legs out there for Bishops, as there was some nonstop hockey going on there for what felt like forever. Finally a couple whistles in a row and the teams can catch their breath a little bit.
Laramie pass it to Julianne Bois. Bois moves up the ice. Still Bois gets poked off the puck. It's Jessimo Drapeau with it. It's a 3-on-2 here for Concordia. Thibault can't keep it. Lavoie there to help. Puck will go to Thibault. She intercepts it again. Thibault looking for a pass, trying to find Lucie. Only will go to the left corner. Lucie back with it, working on the back end. Now we'll shoot it in front. Will go wide to the right side as she went to the forehand. Pelovic dumps it in. Verpez there to help on the forecheck. Puck still behind the net. Garot will go to Bouchard. Bouchard will flick it up in the air. Lavoie tries to bat it down, not successful. And that means it's going to be another icing call against the Gators. And we'll have a face-off down the Gators side once again. And that means Rosalie Bouchard Amélie Brassard not able to go for a change as she's been on the ice for a little while.
Couple tired legs out there for Bishops. Second line out there for the Stingers. A great opportunity to capitalize. We saw Lucier with a good chance. She just missed it wide.
Courtney Rice lost the puck between her skates. Camille Marie-Bonhomme with it for the Gators. She'll push it. Will go to Brassard. Brassard on the left side, trying to get it at least to the center of the ice. Successful as Noémie Fontaine gets into Concordia's zone. She'll lose possession to Rice, however. Now it goes to Robinson. Robinson to Pelovic. Pelovic trying to backhand it for Velpes, but unfortunately blocked off by the Gators. But now Courtney Rice gets it back between her skates. Rice loses it to Santerre, and the Bishops captain will move it up. Santerre to Côté. Côté working on the left side. Trying to go around a couple players, but lost possession between her skates. And the puck will go back to Concordia. It's Rosalie Parent with it. Parent with speed around La Femme. Parent back in front, saved by Gagnon off the shot of Gaudreau. Gabrielle Santerre with it. Santerre around Jobin, still Santerre, trying to go for the backhand shot, but blocked off by Parent just as she was about to shoot it. And the puck gets stumped in by the Gators. Cameron Johnson gets there first. Johnson leaves it up for Justine Turcotte. Now to Naomi Côté, to Jordan Laforme. Laforme shoots it in front, will go wide to the left side, bounces it back in front. Jobin gets knocked into the boards. Côté trying to block the exit, will go at least to neutral ice. Puck in front Concordia's bench. Puck still loose, finally goes into the bench. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 10:44 left in the first period.
Probably the best opportunity for Concordia so far this game. Rosalie Parent with a great drive down the right side of the ice to find Noémie Gaudreau in front of the net, who before last weekend didn't have a goal all season, but was able to score 2 in one game against McGill to help them take that win and really send a message to their future playoff rivals that they'll be playing in the first round here at Ed Mahar Arena.
Concordia with possession. McGill playing against the Carabins this afternoon. That game starting at 3 o'clock. It'll be at McConnell Arena. As back here at MR Arena, Lucier trying to backhand in front. Puck still loose. Goes back in between the legs of Lucier. Lucier will backhand it, trying to find Drapeau. Drapeau gets knocked into the boards, loses it for a second. Now gets it back, but Ricky Garot fighting to get possession back for the Gators and will be successful in her attempt. Pass it forward for a pass to Bouchard. Now Cianci with it. Cianci will just dump it away. Puck takes an awkward deflection, and now it's Emilie Lucier with it. She'll backhand it to Drapeau. Drapeau back to Lucier. Lucier goes around Cianci. Still Lucier shoots it. Saved by Gagnon, and she'll cover it up. Whistle sounds, and we will have a face-off.
That was a really crafty play there by Lucier. She got the saucer pass from Drapeau on her backhand, and she chips it over the stick of the Bishops defender. And we know Lucier's got some of the best speed in the RSEQ. So once the puck gets ahead of them both, she just is able to take off and skate in open ice. But a great job there by Erika Gagnon to make her 4th save of this first period.
Concordia's 4th line out on the ice as Boutin knocks it around the boards as Popotomaitis can't reach it. It goes to Robinson. Robinson's pass deflected a couple times, and now Popotomaitis gets it back for the Gators. Bishops in Concordia zone. Finally, Concordia get back with it with Robinson. Now to Clavette. Clavette was it forward for Leroux. Leroux gets blocked off. Furlong will just dump it away. It's a delayed offside, so Concordia will just decide to go make some changes. Daphne Boutin with it for the Gators. She'll pass it to the other side for Camille Marie Bonhomme. She'll dump it away. Jordan Verbeek slows it down. We'll work on the forehand. We'll pass it to Jobin. Jobin to Courtney Rice. Rice on the left side. Still Courtney Rice trying to shoot it in front. Takes a block in front. And now goes to Velpes. She'll shoot it. Rebound loose in front. Courtney Rice can't bury it. And the puck will go to Gabrielle Santerre for the Gators. Bishop's captain trying to pass it to the other side. We'll get some help. Laramie still with it. Now we'll shoot it. But the puck will go around the boards. We'll find Cameron Johnson. Johnson on the backhand. We'll shoot it. Puck goes behind the net. Caron flicks it up. Batted down by Santerre. Now Velpes will go to Pelovic. Ekaterina Pelovic all alone in Bishop's zone as Concordia made some changes behind her. Johnson with the backhand pass finds Jordan Lafemme, and she'll try to go back to her teammate. Parent there on the forecheck, but unfortunately will only fall to the ice, and the Gators will get it back. It's Santerre with it. Santerre on the left side, backhands it away. Will go to Verbeek. Puck movement forward. Rosalie Parent. Backhand pass trying to find Bizzi. Will get intercepted by Regan Garot. 8 minutes left in the first period. Still no score. Garot can't push it out. Parent keeps it in. And now goes to Gaudreau. Gaudreau, wrist shot, glove save by Gagnon. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
Couple Bishops defenders there paused for a second thinking it was offside, but you got to play the whistle, and it allowed Concordia to spring a chance there, getting a shot on net. They've got 3 quick shots in the last couple minutes here, but Erika Gagnon up for the test tonight as she's made some big saves early on here for her Bishop side.
Face off on the right side of Gagnon. It's the first line out for the Stingers. Lavoie backhands it for Lucie. Lucie shoots it in front. No deflection. It goes wide to the right side. Puck backhanded back behind the net of the Gators. Camille Marie-Bonhomme tries to clear it out. Blocked off by Thibault. Now it's Drapeau with it. Drapeau trying to pass it in front. Nobody home. But the puck remains with Concordia. Drapeau again trying to pass it to Lucie. Gets blocked off. Boutin will find Sandrine Chouinard. Chouinard loses it to Lucie, however. Pass it over. Takes a deflection accidentally off the stick of Thibault. And Jobin has to track all the way back to her own zone. Lavoie. Long pass will go to Lucie. Lucie to Jessimo Drapeau. Concordia's captain gets knocked over. No call. Johnson will chase after it. Lucie there on the forecheck. Gators back with possession. It's Rosalie Bouchard with it. Bouchard gets tracked back by Juliette Leroux with some help from Camille Richard. And Concordia get it back. Leroux on the left side takes a deflection, goes into the Gators bench. Whistle sounds. We'll have a stoppage in play and a face-off just outside the Gators zone.
We saw multiple set plays last weekend against McGill. Jessimo Drapeau would instantly go to the front of the net looking for deflections. She was able to get 2 by, but both of them getting called back for high sticks in that game, unfortunately. But maybe something to look out for when that first line comes in for an offensive zone face-off. You see Lavoie come in early and Lucie take a point shot looking for her captain for the deflection.
Furlong to Clavet. Clavet to Juliette Leroux. She scores! It's Concordia's 4th line that strikes first. Juliette Leroux gives Concordia the 1-0 lead.
And what a beautiful passing play there by the 4th line for Concordia as Leroux gets her 4th goal of the season. And it's the unlikely line that opens up the scoring for Concordia here at Ed Mahar Arena. But that was beautiful passing play between the forwards of that 4th line. That was Clavet, Furlong, and they end up finding Leroux. And she had a wide open net on the backside, and she makes no mistake to score the first one for the Stingers on their 8th shot of the game.
Now here comes Concordia once again. It's Alexis BT. BT trying to get a couple moves and can't get a shot off, unfortunately. Puck will go to Rosalie Parent. Parent behind the net, trying to wrap it around. Pass it back to BT, but lost the puck between her skates. Turcotte trying to clear it. Gaudreau bats it away, keeps it in Gator zone. Gaudreau back to BT. BT trying to pass it back to Gaudreau, but it's intercepted by Regan Garreau. Santerre to Naomi Côté. Côté loses it. Will go to Cianci. Now Justine Turcotte. Gabrielle Santerre with it. Santerre gets run over by Velpest. No call. And Concordia get it back. It's Courtney Rice. Rice backhand pass will find Velpest again. Velpest to Pelowich. Pelowich shoots it. Will go wide to the left side from Erika Gagnon. Puck still loose. Go back to Pelowich. Intercepted. Concordia trying to get a shot off, but Pelowich can't find Velpest. Lavoie to McIntyre. McIntyre back to Courtney Rice. She'll shoot it in front. It's blocked off by Daphne Boutin. And Sandrine Chouinard back with for the Gators. However, their pass intercepted. They'll go to Pelowich again. She'll backhand away and go for a change. 5:10 remaining in the first period. Juliette Leroux opened the scoring for Concordia. Camille Marie-Bonhomme to Boutin. Now to Laramie. Brassard can't control it. Camille Richard will find Emilie Lucie. Lucie on the right side. Shoots it. Will go wide to the left. Robinson keeps it in. Still Robinson with it. Now will get poked off the puck by Spopotamaitis. And it goes to Noémie Fontaine. Fontaine on the right side, working on her backhand. Still Fontaine. Gets knocked into the boards by Richard. And it's Robinson back with it for Concordia. Robinson gets some help. Jessimo Drapeau will poke it. Will go behind the net. Lucie will recover. Lucie going up ice with speed. Still Lucie will go to Thibault. Thibault trying to push it forward. Get some help, and now Drapeau to Lucie. Lucie can't control it for a shot. And it'll go behind the net. Cameron Johnson with it. Johnson to Lafrenière. Lafrenière around a couple players, but gets blocked off by Lucie for a second as Spopotamaitis recovers. Puck goes all the way back to Cameron Johnson. Now Regan Garo on the left side. Garo working from defense to offense. Still Garo, if it will shoot it, will only go behind the net. Angers Jobin with it. Jobin works behind the net for the Stingers. Now to Clavet. Clavet backhander, can't find Leroux. Goes back to Kate Furlong. She tries to backhand pass it. Nobody home. Concordia trying to clear it away. Awkward passing from the Stingers. Puck loose. Santai with the backhander saved by Verbeek. Now another shot in front, takes a deflection, goes behind the net. Clavet finding with Boutin. Now goes to Beatrice Caron. Caron goes to Kate Furlong. Furlong gets hit into the glass. Puck still loose. Santerre recovers. Now goes to Cote. Cote waits, shoots it. Blocker save by Verbeek. Around the board goes the puck. Santerre meets Jobin. Leroux trying to get her off of the Gators captain. Backhander pass in front. Puck still loose. And a stick goes out of Leroux's hands. And now it finally goes to Kate Furlong for Concordia. Furlong to Bidzier. Bidzier loses the puck immediately and trying to get back after it. And now it's Rosalie Bouchard with some space. Now a shot in front by Laramie, saved by Verbeek. Rebound still loose, deflected away. Lafemme keeps it in. Bouchard to the point for Cianci. Cianci to Lafemme. Lafemme shoots it in front, takes a deflection off of Laramie. And the puck goes all the way back to the point. Cianci trying to pass it again, intercepted by Parent this time. Parent tries to clear it, unsuccessful. Gaudreau goes to Caron. Caron, long pass, will find Rosalie Parent with some space on the right side. Parent still with it, trying to cut it back in front, gets blocked off and hit into the netting. That's going to be a penalty against the Gators. And Jordan Lafemme, that's going to go to the box for holding. And with 2:16 remaining in the first period, Concordia have a chance to double their lead.
The team with the most penalty minutes in the RSEQ this season, the Bishops Gators, felt like they had quite a bit of momentum there, trapping the Stingers in their defensive zone after giving up that first goal only a couple minutes ago, but losing pretty much all that momentum when you give up a penalty, especially with only 2:16 remaining in the period. So Concordia, obviously if they don't score immediately, will be able to have the one-player advantage for most of the rest of this first period.
Lavoie shoots it in front, takes a deflection, goes into the left corner. Lafrenière tries to clear it away, blocked off by Lavoie. Puck still loose, goes to Jobin. She'll pass it across to the captain in Drapeau. Drapeau to Jobin. Jobin shoots it in front, takes a deflection off the stick of Bidzier. Goes wide to the left side. Pelovic to Jobin. Now to Drapeau. Back to Jobin. Now to Lavoie. Lavoie cuts in. Still Lavoie trying to pass in front. Takes a deflection. Goes to the other side for Drapeau. All the way to the point to Jobin. Jobin back to Drapeau. Drapeau leaves it behind for Jobin. Didn't expect the pass, however. So we'll just backhand it around the boards. Goes to Drapeau. Rebound pass in front. Pelovic misses the net. And the puck will get cleared away. Concordia will make some changes as they'll go track back the puck.
Concordia with a couple great opportunities. We've seen in the past few weeks that Concordia started mixing up their power play units. Obviously, we saw at the start of the season, it was really just the first line out there alongside Émilie Lavoie and Camille Richard, but some things being changed up.
Lucie around a couple players. Now passing in front, can't find Thibault. Goes back to Richard. She'll shoot in front, gets blocked off. And now some space here for the Bishops Gators as Sandrine Chouinard with it. Last minute of play in this first period. Chouinard gets poked off the puck. It'll be recovered by Concordia for a second, but once again, Chouinard getting the poke check. She'll get knocked over by Richard, no call. Caron backhands it forward. He'll find Emilie Lucier. It's a 2-on-2 here for Concordia. Lucier with some speed. And they'll call the offside. 19 seconds left on the power play. 34.3 seconds left in the first period.
We know what kind of chaos Emilie Lucier can cause when she gets a little bit of open ice, and she shows it there as they drop the puck for her behind the net of Jordan Verbeek. She skates all the way up the ice and attempts to make a pass into the crease. Unfortunately, no Stinger was able to get a stick on it. Looks like it's just going to be the second line out there for the Stingers now, as this only about 15 seconds left in this penalty.
Puck batted out of the air by Lavoie. No high sticking call. Lavoie will dump it in, but they'll say Gaudreau never touched it. And that's going to be an icing call against the Stingers. And that means the Gators can use the rest of this penalty kill in Concordia zone with 9 seconds left and 24 seconds left on the clock.
So no real shots on net for Concordia on that power play. We know how good their power play has been all season. 22.5%, putting them at first in U Sports women's hockey, but unable to capitalize in this first period on a strong power play.
McIntyre. Pass it to Gaudreau. Penalty has expired. 10 seconds left in the first period. Long pass, only find Marie Bonhomme. She'll flick it to Lavoie. She'll dump it away. Icing waved off. And that is how the first period will conclude. It's Concordia's fourth line that get the goals started. And Juliette Leroux is the deciding factor so far after 20 minutes of play. We'll break down all the action that transpired in the first period in a couple of minutes' time as you're watching the Concordia Stingers face off against the Bishop Skaters here at Ed Mahar Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first period intermission report here at Ed Mahar Arena as it's 1-0 in favor of the Concordia Stingers facing off against the Bishop Skaters. Next, we get a join with Oliver Richmond. 1-0 is the score. As mentioned, Juliette Leroux getting the lone goal for Concordia as they lead after 20 minutes of play. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the strong force of Concordia's first and second lines. Sometimes the depth chart is enough to get things done.
Concordia, such a deep team. Their roster, lines 1 through 4, always able to affect the game. We saw it last week when Gaudreau scored 2 goals against McGill, and now we're seeing it tonight when the fourth line gets it done. Kate Furlong getting her first point of the season on that assist, and a great job there by the fourth line. We know how good they are on the forecheck, but doing a great job there, breaking out of their own zone. A nice passing play between the 3 forwards, and Leroux finishes it off to break the ice in the first period.
Not a lot of stoppages in play in that first period either, as we went from the opening faceoff until about 13:30 left in the first period without a whistle. And that means tired legs, especially early on. We saw a couple players kind of slouching a little bit from either side because of how fast-paced this first period went.
You saw the game plan early on. The first line started for Concordia, and they came off about 20 seconds into their shift. We could see the Stingers were trying to get quick shifts in, maybe to keep, their legs a little rested, and it was maybe a smart move. Obviously, you can't expect 6.5 straight minutes of hockey, but it worked out for them as they looked like the faster team later in that period, and they were able to capitalize with scoring a goal there. But then right after that, Bishops was able to apply pressure right back on them, getting a solid 1 to 2 minutes of offensive zone time and forcing Concordia to make turnovers, which created opportunities for them. But right after that, taking a penalty, which we've seen all season. They're the most penalized team in the RSEQ.
Well, one thing's for sure, we'll hope for a little more stoppages in play. As Oliver, I'm sure a lot of people at home love your analysis of these games, so hopefully we get a bit more stoppages in play and you can break down all the action that transpires in that second period. As that will conclude our first period intermission. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time with the start of the second period as you're watching Concordia facing off against the Bishop Skaters here at Ed Mahar Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ed Mahar Arena as we are moments away from the start of the second period between the Concordia Stingers and the Bishop Skaters. Mike's going to join with Oliver Richmond. Thank you all for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. 1-0 is the scoreline after 20 minutes of play. Juliette Leroux is the difference maker for Concordia so far. We'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard real quickly here as the Carabin Université de Montréal and the McGill Martlets will face off at 3 o'clock. That game at McConnell Arena. Back here at Ed Mahar Arena, Concordia lead by 1 after 20 minutes, but Bishops have not said their final words.
We saw in that first period, Max, we discussed about it in the first intermission. That was a really fast-paced period, 6.5 straight minutes of hockey to start it off. And now you've got the long change, so it is so important to get those quick shifts in, especially if that first period is any telling of what this hockey game is going to be like and what the pace is going to be like the entire game.
Face-off was won by the Gators as the second period is underway. Puck in Concordia's zone. It's the captain for the Gators, Santerre. Passing it, takes a couple deflections, and now will go back down the ice. Yancy loses an edge, but recovers. Actually, Daphne Boutin, pardon me, is the one that lost an edge and recovered. So Boutin with possession. She'll lose it. It'll go to Bidzier. Bidzier to Thibault. Thibault trying to pass it back. It'll go to Lucier. Lucier trying to go around Turcotte and Santerre, but will lose it to the Gators captain. And Santerre will move it forward. Still Gabrielle Santerre with it. Pushes it forward, gets some help from Boutin. She'll dump it away. Jordan Verbeek with it. Backhands it. We'll find Emilie Lavoie. Lavoie. She'll flick it up in the air. It will hit the roof. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
Hits the ceiling, not something too bad. Obviously, it's an offensive zone face-off for Bishops, but it allows both teams to get a change in. And those changes, like I just said, so important in the second period with the long change. You really cannot get stuck in your own zone. If you feel like you've been on the ice for the tiniest bit too long, you cannot make any other decision but to change.
Backhand pass doesn't find a target. It's Courtney Rice with it now in Bishop's zone. Rice behind the net, looking, will pass, it will shoot in front. Was Velpest, but misses it wide to the right side. Now puck loose in front. Gagnon will cover it up as the puck just got poked in front of the crease of the Bishop's netminder, but Gagnon able to cover it up.
Seen a couple funny bounces down on this side of the ice here early on, Max. Definitely something to look out for in that first period. Puck took a funny bounce off the boards and went right to the front of the net of Verbeek, and now that one kind of dribbling just to the front of Gagnon.
Jabin shoots it, saved by Gagnon. Rebound will go to Velpest. Back to the point for Jabin. Jabin will lose it, and now Fontaine has a little break. Fontaine waits on the left side, looking behind her to find a pass, and Jabin able to get back and cause disruption on the Gators forward. But a penalty upcoming, however, against Concordia, as they'll say that Jabin was a bit too eager. Puck finally touched by Velpest, and whistle will sound. It'll be a holding call against Jabin. So good job to start off by Jabin against Fontaine, but just did a little too much at the end there.
I guess just held on to her for a bit too long. And it's going to be Bishop's first opportunity on the power play. Has not been too kind to them so far this season. 14.1% on the power play. And for Concordia, they're 74 for 82, 90%, only second by 0.5% behind this Bishop's Gators team on the penalty kill.
Turcotte to Côté, to the point for Santerre. Now to Boutin. Boutin down low for Turcotte. Turcotte backhands it in front, trying to find Bouchard, but she can't get a shot off. We'll just pass it back to Turcotte, who goes back to Boutin. Back to Turcotte. Turcotte waiting, goes back to the point for Boutin. Boutin looking for a shooting lane. Now we'll shoot it in front. It's blocked off by Drapeau. Lavoie trying to reach it, can't do it. Now it goes to Drapeau. Drapeau to Lucier. Lucier on a partial one-on-one. Now Santerre there to help. Lucier will just shoot it down to the other side of the ice. It'll go to Santerre. Drapeau on the forecheck, but the Gators will recover. Turcotte trying to pass it between the legs. Will find Rosalie Bouchard. Bouchard to Santerre. Santerre in Concordia zone. We'll just dump it around the boards. We'll go back to the point for Fontaine. Fontaine to Garreau. Garreau's pass intercepted by Parent. Will go to Bidzier. It will hit her skate and it'll go down in the Gators zone. Garreau recovers. Bidzier, however, working on the forecheck. Now the puck almost goes to Parent, but it's the other 77 for Bishop. Sandrine Chouinard with some speed with it. Chouinard loses possession, has to track back to her own neutral ice. backhands it to Fontaine. Fontaine pushes it to Lafrenière. Lafrenière trying to pass it back, blocked off by Guichard for a second. Now to the point for Garot. She'll shoot it off the blocker of Verbeek. Into the top of the netting, over the glass it goes. Whistle sounds with 3 minutes gone by in the second period and 33 seconds left on the power play for the Gators.
Concordia early on into the power play showing where they have one of the best penalty kills. Doing a great job of creating breaks of their own, or at least just controlling the puck for 1 or 2 seconds in the other side of the ice. But then Bishop's bouncing right back. Jordan Verbeek having to make a big save there. That's her 7th of the game.
Daphne Boutin with it at the point. To Turcotte. Back to Boutin. Boutin to Santerre. Santerre working against Lavoie. Working on the backhand now is Bishop's captain. Santerre still with it, trying to pass in front. Shot saved by Verbeek off of the stick of Bouchard. Whistle sounds. We'll have another face-off on the right side of the Concordia netminder.
Lavoie doing a good job of lifting up the stick of the Bishop's captain there, not letting her get the hardest shot off, and Verbeek doing a great job position-wise, just hugging that right post, not letting anything go short side, because that's all Santerre really had there on that opportunity.
Face-off won by Concordia, but it's Gators again with it. Penalty about to expire. Boutin to Santerre. Santerre shoots in front, deflected, saved by Verbeek. Rebound loose, covered up by the Concordia netminder. Whistle sounds, and we'll have 2 seconds left on the power play, so the power play likely to expire. Jobin will come back on the ice, and Bishops, in response, will decide to put their third and fourth line out. Partial, basically a broken third and fourth line on the ice.
That puck took a deflection last second before hitting the pad of Verbeek. She does a great job of staying solid, keeping her puck and glove in the exact same position. And isn't that crazy? You see Thibault get kicked out of the face-off circle, and who steps up to take it but the defender, Émilie Lavoie.
And now it takes a deflection to go to Lucie in Bishop's zone. Lucie waits, shoots it, saved by Erika Gagnon. Straight into her, and Thibault takes an awkward fall into the boards in the right corner. No contact, she just fell herself, took a hard hit. Back to her skate she goes, shakes it off on her right skate. Looks like she'll be able to stay on the ice here, but took a hard fall against the boards.
She's a tough player. I know she'll be able to stay out on the ice there as Concordia looks to set up a set play, but Bishop's doing a great job of winning the face-off.
Naye Bonhomme goes to Laramie. Laramie will find us to Maitis, will just bat it down the ice. Jobin gets there first, has to fight against Amélie Brassard. Puck goes to Drapeau. Drapeau long pass will find Émilie Lucie. Lucie all alone in Bishop's territory, will just dump it around the boards. Concordia's captain will get there first. She'll shoot it the other side. Courtney Rice. Rice behind the net. Still working with it on the backhand. All the way up to the point is Courtney Rice. Goes around a couple players, still with it. Trying to backhand it, but nobody home for Concordia. The puck goes to Jordan Laflamme. Laflamme will lose it for a second. Paluich can't recover. And it goes to Laramie. Again, Laramie dumps it away. It'll go to Camille Richard. Richard to Courtney Rice. Rice backhands it. Puck loose. Now goes to Noémie Fontaine. She'll find Lafrenière. Puck behind the net. Lafrenière trying to pass it back in front. Blocked off once. Goes back to Lafrenière. Now to Garot. Garot pushes it to Chouinard. Chouinard, her pass back to Garot. Blocked off by Robinson. Trying to clear it. Gets knocked down by Velpest. And the puck will get pushed away by the Concordia forward. Cameron Johnson to Lafrenière. Lafrenière trying to leave it off for Fontaine. Blocked off. Puck goes to the blue line. We'll go back to Courtney Rice for Concordia. Rice, her backhand pass. Can't find Pelovic. And Bishops will be able to push it down in Concordia's zone once again. Camille Richard. T. Katerina Pelovic. Pelovic pushes it forward. Gagnon will get after it. And we'll leave it off to her left side for Cianci. Cianci's pass only finds the stick of Gaudreau as the puck stays in Gators territory. Cameron Johnson with it. Johnson gets knocked off the puck. It goes to Parent. Parent trying to go back in front for Bizet. Shot by Gaudreau, saved by Gagnon. Santerre with it now for the Gators. Through neutral ice is Gabrielle Santerre. Pushes it around Lavoie. Behind the net she goes. Her pass will only find a stick of Parent, but the Gators manage to keep it in. Puck still loose. Lavoie can't recover. Turcotte falls to the ice. Puck finally goes to neutral. Gaudreau gets hit by Santerre, and she's slow to get up. Côté working on the backhand. Now switches. Will go to Santerre. Santerre loses the puck for a second, but recovers. Will go back to Cianci. Cianci will shoot it in front. Can't get a deflection off of Turcotte. Puck along the boards. Bidier chases after it. Will be able to get there first. Bidier trying to push it forward. Intercepted by Turcotte. Still Justin Turcotte with it. Trying to find a backhander in front. Will miss the net and can't get a shot off. McIntyre pushed it around the boards. Will find Lavoie. Lavoie flicks it up in the air. Bidier will chase after it. Concordia has some tired legs, but at least get it into Bishop's zone. Gaudreau will shoot it straight to the glove of Gagnon. The whistle will sound, and we'll have a face-off as Concordia is able to go make a change.
Gaudreau, such a tough player, takes a big hit in the defensive zone and has to stay on the ice for about another minute there, as it is the long change, so it's tough to get off the ice. She makes a break down the other side and actually gets a shot off on Erika Gagnon, forcing her to make her 11th save of the game. Now gives an opportunity for Concordia to get their first line out there.
Jobin to Caron. Caron will just backhand it behind her. Around the boards it goes. Lucie left it off, but nobody was home for Concordia. Thibault manages to block the takeaway, and it goes to Lucie. Lucie on the backhand against Anne-Sophie Bertrand. Will get knocked over, no call. Now goes to Rosalie Bouchard. Bouchard dumps it to neutral ice. Will go to Caron. Caron still with possession. Pass it over for Jobin. Pressure coming from Bishops. It's Caron with it. Now to Drapeau. Drapeau can't clear it away. Down the ice it goes again. Verbeek with it. Trying to pass it to Jobin, but the puck stays in Concordia zone again. Puck dumped away, but that's only an icy call against the Stingers. Jobin knew it instantly, and will have a face-off in Concordia zone.
Bishops picking up a little bit of momentum here, starting to keep Concordia in their own zone, forcing them to make mistakes. And when you can get the first line to make mistakes, that's when you know you're succeeding. And they're traveling fans letting the Stingers side hear it and cheering on their Gators. They do a good job of trying to tie this game back up in the second period.
Puck takes a couple deflections, but never makes it on net. It goes to Annika Lafrenière. Lafrenière, she'll shoot it, go wide to the right side. Drapeau goes off the glass and will go at least to center ice. But it's the Gators again with it. Fontaine will pass it. Now some chance for Lafrenière, and she'll score! Annika Lafrenière, her 5th of the season, ties this game at 1.
That first line was stuck out on the ice for about a minute and a half there. And Bishops does a great job of, when the puck came out of their zone, not taking it out too far and allowing any of the players to get off the ice. You can see the tired legs out there, and Bishops capitalizes, able to tie this game right back up early in this second period. It's a new game.
Exactly 12 minutes to go in the second period is where Annika Lafrenière ties this game at 1. Bidier on the right corner finds Camille Richard. Richard, her backhand pass only finds Justine Turcotte. And now we'll go to Naomi Côté. Côté with some space on the left side. Has to go around Robinson. Still Côté. She'll shoot it. Instead, we'll go around the boards. Boutin trying to push it. Can't do it. We'll go around to Camille Richard. Richard, pass it to the other side. We'll find Robinson. Robinson to Gaudreau. Gaudreau can't keep it. We'll go all the way back to Savannah Cianci. Cianci to Boutin. Puck in front of Concordia's bench. Backhanded away by Bidier. Cianci off the boards. Puck still loose. It'll be pushed forward by Santerre, but only goes to McIntyre. Santerre will intercept it, however. Down the ice it goes. Verbeek slows it down. We'll push it to the other side. It goes to Audrey Clavette. First time we see the 4th line out on the ice here for Concordia in this second period. And it's an icy call against the Stingers. And another face-off coming into Concordia's zone.
Bit surprising that this is the first time we're seeing this 4th line. They're the only ones who have created enough offense to score a goal here for the Stingers. But The penalty they took obviously halted them from coming out, and then the lines kind of reset on who was coming out on the ice. But the fourth line definitely don't want them to get stuck in their own zone here.
Julien Boire gets chased off the face-off. Actually, no, they'll only give the warning to Amélie Brassard. Face-off won by the Gators. The puck will be in the right corner. Both teams fighting for it. Puck finally finds Juliette Leroux. Leroux working with speed on the left side. Still Leroux trying to go around a couple Gators players, but gets blocked off. Regan Garreau with it for Bishops. Long pass from Garreau. Can't find Brassard, and it goes all the way back for Émilie Lavoie. Lavoie spins on her backhand. Looking for a long pass. Can she find Leroux? Yes, she can, but they're going to call a delayed offside. They'll say Leroux came in too quickly. So the Gators now with some space. Going quickly here is Rosalie Bouchard. Bouchard shoots it, gets deflected, goes into the left corner. And Sophie Bertrand with it now. Bertrand to Jordan Laforme. Laforme takes a tumble, but it will go back to Bertrand. Puck loose, will be pushed away by Concordia. Trying to get after it is Angie Jobin. There to help is Courtney Rice. Puck now in Bishop's territory. It's Rice trying to backhand it for Velpest, but it's blocked off by the Gators. And now a pass trying to find Bouchard, but she's on tired legs, couldn't reach it. Rice now to Velpest. Velpest shoots it, saved by Gagnon, goes to the right side. Bertrand takes another tumble as she pushes at least forward. Now goes to Pelovic. Pelovic backhands it. Frédéric Velpest there on the forecheck. Back to Pelovic. Pelovic passing across. Can't find the stick of Richard as it was deflected by Mégane Laramé. And it's Emilie Lucier with it. Lucier to Camille Richard. Richard looking. Goes off the boards. Finds Lucier. Back to Thibault. Back to Lucier. Lucier shoots in front off an awkward angle. Saved by Gagnon. Noémie Fontaine with it now for the Gators. Fontaine to Chouinard. Chouinard to Lafrenière. She's the one that tied this game at 1 for the Gators. 8:48 and counting left in the second period. Jessimo Drapeau with it as Lucier collides with Camille Marie Bonhomme. Puck goes down the ice, and it's an icing call against Concordia. And we'll have a face-off in the Stinger zone as there's been a couple of awkward collisions in this second period here, Oliver. Both teams feeling the effects of the hits.
All the hits have obviously been incidental. No players trying to make big hits here. Obviously, it tires both the teams out with these long changes in the second period. But Concordia has gotten stuck on a couple icing calls now, and Bishops was able to capitalize on one of them.
Puck to neutral ice to Lucier. She'll just dump it away into the right side. Concordia will make some changes. Lucier, the lone first-line player to stay on the ice. Pass from the Bishops Gators, takes a deflection, will only go to Rachel McIntyre. McIntyre pushed into the left corner. Santerre with possession. Now Turcotte to Camille Marie Bonhomme. Bonhomme to the point for Santerre. Santerre, slap shot, scores! Bishops captain with the slap shot from the point. And the Gators now lead 2-1.
It's the captain, Santerre, with her 14th of the season. You could hear her yelling for it at the point. It's a beautiful slap shot to get by Verbeek. Concordia getting caught flat-footed in their own zone, not playing with much urgency as fast. And we saw it on Friday. Bishops went up early, but Concordia was able to take the lead back and eventually win the game. But now it's the opposite. Concordia had the lead, and now Bishops taking it back themselves in the second period.
Noémie Gaudreau fighting in front of the benches for possession. Chouinard pushes it into Concordia's side. It's Verbeek. Now Bidzier with it. Bidzier can't clear the zone. Chouinard can't get to her stick, however. And it goes back to Boutin. She'll just dump it away. Verbeek knocks it down. We'll find Émilie Lavoie. Lavoie, long pass for Bidzier. Bidzier flicks it off to the right corner. Cianci will get there for Bishops. Dumps it off the backhand. We'll find Boutin. Boutin to Turcotte. Turcotte, long pass for Lafrenière. Lafrenière on the left side. Waits, trying to pass it in front. It's blocked off by Caron, but back to the stick of Lafrenière. Lafrenière, back to Fontaine. Noémie Fontaine fighting against Juliette Leroux. Leroux will win that battle, but the puck stays just in Concordia's zone, and the pressure continues from Bishops. And Sophie Bertrand with it now. Bertrand shoots it, saved by Verbeek. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a face-off. And it's been all Gators for at least the past 5-6 minutes here, Oliver.
Bishops looking like a brand new team in the second period. Just a lot of bounce, a lot of pep in their step. Doing a great job at keeping the puck in Concordia's zone. Something that the Stingers are usually known for is their forecheck ability. But Bishops turning the page, doing a great job on the forecheck, keeping the pressure on Concordia constantly. And it's forcing them to cough up a lot of mistakes, like that one right there.
It's Rosalie Bouchard with it. Bouchard trying to go back to Espopotamaitis, but it's poked away by Verbeek. And Sophie Bertrand can't control it. It will go to Courtney Rice. Rice gets it at least to neutral zone. We'll backhand it. We'll find Frédéric Velpest. Velpest can't get a shot off as it was blocked off by Jordan Laforme. There to help is Pelovic. Pelovic off the boards to Richard. Richard shoots it in front, takes the deflection. It goes wide to the right side. Gagnon never saw it. Laforme knocks it around the boards. Camille Richard there to block it. But it's intercepted by Bishops. It's Naomi Côté with it. Côté goes around Lucier, but has to go behind the net. Robinson there to block it. Puck remains behind the net. Lucier and Santerre fighting for it. Goes back to Santerre. Santerre will win the battle on the forecheck to start off with, but now goes back to Camille Richard. Verbeek trying to hold it down with her blocker, unsuccessful. Thibault pushes it, will find Drapeau. Drapeau trying to flick it forward, blocked by the Gators. Côté dumps it in. Verbeek gets there first, will backhand it to Drapeau. Drapeau, long pass blocked off by Santerre. Will go in front of the Bishop's bench. Lucie with it, she'll get blocked. Puck still loose, and now Chouinard gets it, but they'll call the offside on the play. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a face-off with 5:22 left in the second period, with Bishops leading 2-1.
This first line for Concordia, often not scored against, often not getting a lot of pressure put on them, and they often scored a lot of goals. We saw them score a ton on Friday night. We saw them score a ton last weekend against McGill. But early in this game, they've been struggling to find much offense, and they've been getting pinned in their zone quite often in the second period.
Puck in front of the Burns box, pushed in by Concordia into Bishop's zone. Gaudreau trying to go quickly on the forecheck, but the puck circles around. Lavoie can't keep it. We'll go to Regan Garot. Garot to Fontaine. Fontaine, pass between the legs, will find Lafrenière. Lafrenière on the right side, trying to pass it to Chouinard. Can't find a target. We'll go to the left corner. Gaudreau finds Lavoie, but only go to the stick of Fontaine. That puck is pushed in once again by the Gators. McIntyre. Long pass, can't find Bidzier. Icing will be waved off, but it's Miguel Laramie to take over for the Gators. Laramie loses possession, but we'll find Amélie Brassard. Brassard back to Laramie. Laramie trying to go back in front. Shot by Boire, saved by Verbeek. Whistle sounds. We'll have a face-off as Julianne Boire came oh so close from getting the third goal of the game for Bishops and her first of the season.
Verbeek able to see that one the whole way as the puck took a bit of an awkward bounce and dropped right onto a Bishop's stick. But Verbeek getting the chest on it, a great save there. She makes her 12th of the game. We know how good of a goalie she is. Not having her best period right now. She's let 2 in. But we know she'll bounce back in the third and do her best to keep Concordia in this game.
Puck dumped in by the Gators as a delayed offside means Concordia has some room to work with. Chabin can't clear it though, and the Gators trying to keep possession. Caron loses it, will push it with some help from Courtney Rice. Pelovic tracking back, goes trying to get around Camille Marie Bonhomme. Will get some help, we'll leave it over for Rice. Rice on the backhand in front, nobody home. And that's Espopotamaitis with it, but Courtney Rice recovers. Caron backhands it to Pelovic. Pelovic around the right corner. Still Ekaterina Palowicz with it. Trying to pass in front for Rice. Takes a deflection. Back to Palowicz it goes. To the point for Jabin. Now to Caron. One-timer. Didn't get all of it. And it goes back to Courtney Rice. Rice with it. Wrist shot. Blocked by Camille Marie Bonhomme. Marie Bonhomme clears it. Goes to Emilie Lucier. Lucier. She'll dump it away. Gagnon will get it. However, the puck jumps over his stick. Boutin will go back to Camille Marie Bonhomme. She'll try to circle it around. Thibault blocks it. Now Concordia trying to put as much pressure as they can. Puck along the left corner. Lucier gets tied up. Can't keep possession, but Thibault is there to recover. Lucier around Anne-Sophie Bertrand. Still Lucier with it. Backhands it. We'll find Thibault. Puck loose in front. Takes a couple deflections and goes behind the net. Turcotte with it. Now Côté trying to clear it down. Concordia managed to keep it in once again. Drapeau waits. Backhands it for Lucier. Lucier shoots it in front. Saved by Gagnon. Whistle sounds, and we'll have a face-off with 2:35 left in the second period. Shots tied at 14.
Lucier was getting harassed constantly on that play. They know how dangerous of an offensive player she is. She had a hat trick and 2 assists on Friday in that win. You know, I bet if she fell on a couple of those, she'd get a penalty for her, but Lucier never someone to go down easy, constantly battling on the boards, always staying on her feet, such a strong player, and always looking for a goal. A couple great opportunities there for the first line.
McIntyre shoots it in front, goes wide to the left side. Pitié keeps it in on the forecheck. Juliette Leroux there to help. She gets into the boards. Puck still loose. Pitié trying to recover. Instead it goes to Côté. Now Lavoie will shoot it. Gagnon will cover it up. Whistle sounds, and we'll regroup one more time.
Pucks on net in the second period are always a good idea. It allows you to reset, maybe get a change if you got tired legs out there, keep the offense going. And Lavoie there just sending a bit of a flutter shot from the point on net there that Gagnon had to cover because of the pressure.
Face off on the left side of Gagnon, won by Concordia, but Bizet lost it between her skates. Concordia at least able to keep it in. Laforme dumps it away. McIntyre will get it back into her own zone. McIntyre to Leroux. Leroux blocked off on her pass to Parent. Puck in front of the penalty box. Still loose. Now it goes to Laforme. Jordan Laforme dumps it in. McIntyre trying to pass it in front. Now goes to Lafrenière. She'll shoot it. Blocked off by Leroux. And a partial 3-on-2 here. Bidier will try to back it, pass it, but they'll say Juliette Leroux entered the zone too quickly. Whistle sounds. It's an offside call against Concordia. Stingers will be able to make some changes, but cannot go on another offensive possession.
You have an opportunity for a 3-on-2 there, but just getting a little too eager, one step ahead there, and it's an offside. First line will come back out here for the Stingers.
You see it tied up with Turcotte. We'll be able to at least dump it away. Cianci backhands it to Johnson. Johnson, pass over for Lafrenière. Lafrenière trying to find Turcotte, intercepted. Now Lucier has a partial break. Lucier shoots it, saved by Gagnon. Puck still in Gator zone, and now it's Naomi Côté with some space. Côté on the backhand, trying to shoot it, will go wide to the right. Santerre waits, circles around. Santerre still with it. Now the way to the point, will shoot it in front, blocked by the skate of Lucier, and she'll chase after it. Lucier and Santerre collide in front of the benches. It goes to Thibault. Last minute of play in this second period. Jabin shoots it, blocked. Rebound loose, will go to Turcotte. Santerre back with it. Gets stripped up by her teammate by accident, but Côté gets it to Turcotte. Turcotte trying to dump it down, unsuccessful. Verpes will chase after it. Côté gets there first. Pocket to neutral ice, dumped away by the Gators. 30 seconds left in the second period. Lavoie, long pass for Courtney Rice. She'll deflect it for a stick and has some space on the left. Rice stops, pass in front. Palowicz shoots it, saved by Gagnon. Rebound will go behind net. Verpes with a shot again. Gagnon trying to cover it up. Finally is able to. The whistle sounds, and we'll have 16.8 seconds left with a face-off in Gators territory.
Concordia doing their best to tie this game up before the third period. Only 16 seconds left, but both teams doing a great job of creating plenty of pressure in the offensive zone. We saw Lucier get a 1-on-0 break there, and it immediately turned it into an opportunity for Côté.
Face off one by Concordia. It's Guichard. Back to Lavoie. Lavoie trying to find Pelowicz. She gets blocked off. Gators back with it. Will go to neutral ice. 7 seconds left in the period. Guichard to Pelowicz. Now to Parent. Parent can't get a shot off. It'll go to Chouinard. She'll just dump it away. Horn will sound. And that is how the second period will conclude. 2 goals in the period, both for Bishops. It's Gabrielle Santerre and Annika Lafrenière with the goals. And that is how the second period concludes. We'll break down all the action transpiring in the second period in a couple moments' time as you're watching Concordia against Bishops here at Mahar Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second period intermission report here at Mahar Arena, as it's 2-1 the scoreline after 40 minutes of play in favor of the Bishops Gators against the Concordia Stingers. Maxim Cadet joined with Oliver Richmond. 1 goal by Concordia in the first, 2 goals by Bishops in the second. And as you mentioned in that second period, Oliver, it looked like a completely different team that from the Bishops side as what we saw in the first.
This might be the first time in the last 17 games where I've said that Concordia looks like they have their backs up against the wall. Bishops looking like the better team after that second period. Did a great job for the first 15 minutes of that period to just put constant pressure on Concordia. And you know, if you get pressure put on you early on in the second period, it's going to be tough to come back for it because you're going to get tired early. The long change can really kill you in the long run. So Bishops doing a great job of putting on pressure early, and they're able to capitalize by scoring 2 goals to take the lead in this game.
And it's especially the first line, it's a rare sight that we've seen here at MR Arena, where it's the first line that feels like they're getting a bit hemmed in that second period, and it cost them the first time with Annika Lafrenière getting the goal. And then after that, it's just a beautiful slap shot from the point from Gabrielle Santerre, the captain of the Gators, to give them the 2-1 lead.
Obviously, we're so used to talking so highly about that first line. They score so often, and they do such a great job on offense, and they're not usually on their heels on defense too often because of the amount of pressure they put on in the offensive zone. We finally started to see it come back there at the end of the second period, where Lucier had a couple opportunities. She skated around the offensive zone a couple times, trying to find Drapeau and Thibault up front. So I think we'll maybe start to see their old self a little bit more in that third period. You know, it's back to a normal change. We know they're going to be on the ice plenty because they need to get a goal, and there's no better people on the ice to have when you're looking for a goal.
So let's talk about at least the first 5 to 10 minutes in that third period, Oliver. What do we want to see for Concordia?
Concordia needs to come out how they did in that first period, putting pressure on Bishops immediately, trying to get the forecheck going, trying to get the cycle going, and stop looking for the perfect goal. We saw a few times Richard took a point shot, Rice took a point shot, and there was rebounds up front to be had. So get a body in front of the net, take some shots from the point, look for a rebound, look for a deflection. I've said it many times this season, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just needs to be in the back of the net. And for Bishops, just do whatever you did in that second period. That was great hockey from them. They did a great job of putting the pressure on Concordia and making them play their game. They played at their pace, and they were able to get 2 goals and take the lead.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it if you're the Gators. But for Concordia, they trail by 1. Will they finally suffer their first loss in 2026? Will we see them actually win this game in the next 20? Or will we potentially see some overtime? You'll just have to wait and see, as we'll be back in a couple minutes' time with the start of the third period, as it's 2-1 the scoreline in favor of the Bishops Gators against the Concordia Stingers here at Mahar Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ed Mahar Arena as we are moments away from the start of the third period between the Concordia Stingers and Bishop Skaters. 2-1 is the scoreline after 40 minutes of play in favor of the Bishop Skaters. Go to the out-of-town scoreboard here as Montreal and McGill are facing off as we speak at McConnell Arena at McGill University. Still no score between Montreal and McGill. It's a big game for the Carabins as a win this afternoon clinches second seed in the RSEQ, and they would be the host team facing off against the Bishop Skaters. Bishops will try to get this victory here this afternoon and hope for a McGill win this afternoon after the fact. And then it would be an ultimate decider next week as Concordia hosts Montreal and Bishops will play against McGill.
Bishops probably pretty disappointed in themselves that they have to rely on losses and wins and not just wins themselves. And it's tough to rely on a team who only has 2 wins so far this season in the McGill Martlets. So not the most promising to get that second seed, but honestly, you can hope for anything. This RSEQ division is so competitive. First to fourth place does not matter. Any team can always come out with a win. And Bishops doing their best at the moment as they're up 2-1 on the Stingers to clinch that second spot.
Face-off won by the Gators, and the third period is underway. And we'll start off with an icing against the Concordia, against the Bishop Skaters, and a face-off down the ice in Gators territory.
And what a great opportunity. We talked about how the first line didn't have their best period, but nearing towards the last 2 minutes of that period, they really started to come into form, and an offensive zone opportunity for them early on. Couldn't ask for much more.
Face-off won by Concordia, but the puck will go to Sinsurcut. Pushes it at least to neutral ice. Camille Richard off the boards, can't find Zoe Thibault as she loses possession. Puck still loose, finally goes to Naomi Cote, and she'll dump it down. Verbeek. Pass it to Lucier. Lucier can't get to the puck on the first try. Now the puck will circle around the boards. We'll find Emilie Lavoie. Lavoie, long pass in the middle for Lucier. It's a 2-on-1 for Concordia. Lucier will decide to go for it on alone. Lucier, forehand, backhand, will shoot it. Can't get past Erika Gagnon. Puck in the left corner. Gabrielle Santerre will get tripped up by Lucier, and it's going to be a penalty against Concordia. And it's a big opportunity upcoming for the Gators.
On one end, Lucier makes an unreal play, gets by the defender, and is able to get a shot on net early in the period and create a good opportunity, but immediately after that takes a penalty, and she's probably pretty disappointed about that one. Not much there, but refs saw a trip, and Bishops will have an opportunity to go back on the power play, and they'll take a timeout to talk it over, try and get a set play off this first face-off, and hopefully just create a goal immediately to extend their lead to 2 goals.
Head coach Alexandre Boulanger, the former Concordia Stinger herself, giving the instructions to Bishops for this power play. I mean, for Concordia, the penalty kill has been so good, Oliver, that you would just figure that for head coach Julie Chu and the coaching staff of the Stingers, it's just telling them, don't overthink this, keep doing what you're doing, and just kill off these next 2 minutes.
Unfortunately for the Stingers, one of their best penalty killers, Emilie Lucier, is in the box. We know how aggressive she likes to be on the penalty kill, really tracking along that blue line, and she creates lots of opportunities on the shorthand. We've seen Concordia score plenty of shorthanded goals this season, but with her in the box, it's going to be a little difficult too. But luckily, it's early in the period, so maybe a penalty kill can create some momentum for them.
As a slap shot goes all the way down the ice, and Stephanie Boutin with it for the Gators. Boutin circles back around. We'll start from behind her own net. Pass it to Justine Turcotte. Turcotte goes around a couple players. We'll go to Santerre. Santerre leaves it behind for Bouchard. Bouchard to Boutin. Boutin all alone at the point. Waits. Goes down low for Cote. Cote back to Boutin at the point. Goes across to Turcotte. Turcotte back to Boutin. Boutin, wrist shot in front, will go wide to the left side. Santerre back with it. Santerre working on the backhand, will go back to Turcotte. Now to Boutin. Boutin to the captain in Santerre. Santerre shoots in front, blocked in front, rebound, Turcotte. Fans on it, and it goes to Parent. She'll at least push it to neutral ice.
Got to get the puck out a little bit further than that if you're going to want to get a change in here. This first line on the penalty kill has been here the whole time. The three of them able to get off now. It's just going to be Lavoie who stays out.
Thibault on the forecheck, trying to put some pressure, but it goes to Fontaine. Long pass, Guichard deflects it, and it goes to Regan Garreau. Garreau leaves it behind for Bouchard. Back to Garreau. Garreau on the backhand, loses it to Drapeau. Kept in just barely by Fontaine. Puck goes to Drapeau, and she'll be able to clear it back to neutral ice. Lavoie quickly will go for a change. Long pass will hit the stick of Anne-Sophie Bertrand for the Gators. Bertrand, pass to the other side for Fontaine. 26 seconds left on the power play for the Gators. To the point it goes for Garreau. Garreau shoots it in front, blocked in front. Puck still loose. Trying to shoot it in front with Chouinard. Puck is still loose. Shot again. Saved by Verbeek. She'll be able to cover it up. Whistle sounds. We'll have a stoppage of play. 14 seconds left in the power play. And 2.5 minutes gone by in the third.
Verbeek having to make her 17th save of the game with 14 seconds left on the power play. A little bit of a scramble in front of the net there. Nothing too serious of a shot on net there, but still got to be attentive as she couldn't find the puck for the first few seconds. Able to locate it, cover it, and get a face-off.
McIntyre tries to clear it, takes a deflection. Pelovic will push it forward, down the ice it will go, and that will most likely end the power play for the Gators. Garreau with possession. Garreau to Santerre. Santerre gets knocked off the puck by Jobin. The puck will go into Concordia territory. Caron goes back to Jobin, can't control it. Will find Santerre. Santerre loses possession, but kept in by Garreau once again. Garreau waits, will pass it on the other side. Nobody home. Cianci chases after, manages to keep it in. Côté, back to Santerre. Puck along the boards. Puck still loose. Turcotte trying to pass it in front. Nobody home, but it finds the stick of Garreau once again. Côté backhands it, finds Santerre. Santerre all alone in Concordia territory. It goes to Jobin. Jobin to Pelovic. Pelovic at least gets it to neutral ice, and now we'll have to go quickly trying to go around Sandrine Chouinard, but Chouinard will win that one. Gets checked by Pelovic and kept in by Boutin. Boutin to Fontaine. Gators with it once again. Fontaine trying to backhand pass it. Will find a stick of Laforme. Now to Boutin. Boutin trying to pass it across on a one-timer for Chouinard, but she fans on it. Gaudreau falls to the ice, at least pushes it to neutral. Down the ice it goes. Verbeek will play it. Verbeek off the backhand will find Courtney Rice. Rice around a couple Gators players. Still Courtney Rice with it in the middle. Rice flicks it forward. Behind the net it'll go. On the forecheck. Trying to backhand pass it. Gaudreau there to help. Gaudreau waits. Still with it is Noémie Gaudreau. Leaves it behind for Lavoie. Lavoie slap shot in front. Blocked by Lafrenière, and she felt that one as the puck will go all the way back down the ice. Icing waved off, and Lavoie will have to refire from her own end. Lavoie off the boards. Can't find McIntyre. It's Rosalie Bouchard with it. Trying to pass it to Espropotomaitis. It's intercepted by Concordia quickly. Bouchard trying to backhand it in front. Brassard, pardon me, trying to backhand in front. Nobody home. Now the puck will get flicked in the air. We'll find Kate Furlong. Furlong pushes it behind. We'll find Clavette. Clavette loses it to Cameron Johnson. Johnson backhands it, takes a deflection, but at least goes to the stick of Regan Garreau. Garreau along the boards, intercepted by Clavette. Clavette shoots it in front. It's blocked. Johnson trying to clear it. Will go to Espropotomaitis. She'll push it forward. Chasing after it is Amélie Brassard. Robinson will get there first for Concordia. Robinson to Furlong. Furlong pushes it to Juliette Leroux. Leroux all alone in the zone will shoot it. Gagnon will save it and push it aside. Back to Leroux it goes. Leroux loses possession. Turcotte trying to pass it. Blocked off by Concordia. Jobin, her clearing attempt, will only find the stick of Boutin. Now to Marie Bonhomme. Marie Bonhomme to Côté. We'll find Béatrice Caron for Concordia. Now Thibault trying to push it forward. Puck loose along the boards. Goes back to Turcotte, but intercepted by Jobin. Jobin finds Caron. Caron to Thibault. Can't find it, but now we'll go to Lucie instead. Lucie covered by a couple players. Her pass only go to neutral ice. Almost had it speeding Naomi Côté for partial break. The puck will get dumped in by Concordia. Santerre with it. Will pass it to Marie Bonhomme. Forecheck coming here from Concordia. It's Drapeau and Thibault trying to get it in front. but the puck will get poked away down the ice, and McIntyre will regroup and will get after it. McIntyre, long pass, will find Drapeau. Drapeau goes to Lucier. Lucier trying to go back to Drapeau. Gets blocked off. Anne-Sophie Bertrand will get it at least to Bouchard. Now to Savannah Cianci. Cianci will get into the zone, but it's an offside against the Gators. Whistle sounds, and we'll have 13:24 left in the third period. Bishops continue to lead by 1.
Maybe a bit of break for the Stingers there, as Bishops had a bit of a 4-on-2 being created, but just got a little too antsy. Get the offside whistle. A player to watch out for the Stingers, I know this sounds obvious, is Emilie Lucier, but she took a penalty, and when she's playing angry, she plays quite fast and quite aggressively on the offensive end, and she looks to score goals, especially in this third period. So we're expecting to see that third line quite often.
As Richard went for a shot, it was blocked by Bouchard, and now she'll move it up ice. Can't go around Richard, however, and now it's Robinson with it. Robinson to Bizier. She'll push it into Gator zone. Fontaine, her backhander will block by Parent. The puck goes in front of the benches. Camille Richard with it. Richard, long pass, cannot find the stick of Bizier, but the icing is waved off. Gagnon will cover it up. Whistle sounds, and we will have a face-off. 12:45 left now in the third period. Shots 21-19 in favor of Concordia.
It felt like early on in that period, Concordia had the momentum, but that penalty kind of killed it for them. Yes, they got the kill, but they've seemed to slow down since then. Bishop's able to apply the pressure and win the neutral zone battles since then, not really letting Concordia create too many offensive zone opportunities.
As Jabin went for the shot. Glove save by Gagnon, and will refire on the right side of the Gators netminder.
22 shots in the game now for Concordia. It's a little bit below their average at the moment. They usually average in the mid-30s, but still plenty of time left here.
Regan Garreau with possession. Crosses neutral ice. Still Garreau. Waits, trying to pass it to Chouinard, but fanned on her passing attempt. The puck is in the right corner. Verpelst to Corny Rice. Rice trying to spin around a couple players. Gets poked off the puck, but it's Beatrice Caron to recover for Concordia. Caron spins around Chouinard. Forecheck coming from the Gators, and now it's Courtney Rice with possession. Rice, pass it, Verpelst will chase after it. Will get knocked over into the boards, no call. Cameron Johnson with possession. Now to Lafrenière. Lafrenière will dump it towards the left corner. Timmy Lavoie with it. Lavoie to Drapeau, can't control it, goes back to Camille Marie Bonhomme. She'll dump it away. And it's Rachel McIntyre with possession. McIntyre off the boards to Lavoie. Now to Lucie. Lucie trying to backhand it for Thibault. Takes a deflection and stays in Concordia zone. McIntyre, long pass for Drapeau. Drapeau flicks it over, finds Lucie. It's a 2-on-1 for Concordia. Lucie waits, pass it to Thibault, shoots it, saved by Gagnon. Rebound will go to Santerre. Santerre pushes it to the other side of the ice. Marie Bonhomme will dump it away. Verbeek dumps it around the boards, goes to Lucie. Lucie will leave it off for Thibault. She'll push it forward for Drapeau. Pressure coming for Concordia again. Drapeau waits, trying to shoot it in front. Gets blocked off. Behind the boards it goes. It's Popotomaitis with it now. Her pass on the left side will go to Cianci. Cianci dumps it, hits the back of the net. And now Lavoie will go to Camille Richard. Richard loses it for a second. Manages to recover, but the puck goes to the point for Garreau. Garreau down low. We'll find Anne-Sophie Bertrand. Back to Garreau. Garreau spins, finds Fontaine. She'll shoot in front. That's blocked. Rebound knocked away by Concordia. Fontaine will lose an edge. Furlong now in a partial breakaway. Kate Furlong. Garreau back on the back check. Furlong backhander in front. Can't get a shot off. No penalty called as she falls to the ice. It's Anne-Sophie Bertrand with it now for the Gators. Bertrand pushes it in Concordia territory. It's Robinson. Now Clavette. Clavette gets poked off the puck. Chouinard can't get a pass in front. It'll go to Camille Richard. Now to Gaudreau, to Kate Furlong. Furlong with speed once again on the right side. Furlong trying to pass it in front, but Gagnon will just knock it away with her stick. Puck pushed out of the zone. Will go to Robinson. Robinson will find Gaudreau. Gaudreau trying to pass it in front. Nobody home. Boutin. Her pass will find Chouinard. Chouinard to the other side for Fontaine. Fontaine Waits. Still Fontaine looking for a shot attempt. Blocked by Parent. But back to Fontaine it goes. She'll push it around the boards. Megan Laramie on the forecheck chasing, but it'll go to Bidzier. Bidzier's pass knocked out of the air. Back down by Bidzier. Bidzier with some space. Still Alexis Bidzier working on the backhand. Backhander in front. Nobody home for Concordia to get a shot off. Puck still loose. Now it's Rosalie Parent with it. Parent looking. Still Parent. Waiting for a passing lane. We'll go across. We'll find Rice. Rice back in front. Deflected by Pelovic, but will only go wide. Megan Laramie with it now for the Gators. Laramie can't get a pass off. Puck stuck between her skates. Pelovic flicks it forward for Rice. Courtney Rice with some space around a couple moves. Will shoot it. Gets deflected out of the air. Puck in the right corner. Less than 9 minutes to go in the third period. Bishop's up 2-1. Brassard can't clear it. Garot with it now. Pass it for Rosalie Bouchard. Bouchard will clear it down the ice, and the Gators will go for a change. McIntyre. Backhander. Pelovic gets there first. Has to fight against Megan Laramie. Puck still loose. Goes back to the point for Johnson. Johnson shoots it in front. Saved by Verbeek. She'll cover it up. Whistle sounds, and we'll have 8:28 left in the third period.
Concordia with a couple great opportunities. It was Kate Furlong breaking down one side, but unable to get a complete shot off. But the biggest play was Lucier with some great patience. Instead of taking the shot like we've seen her do plenty of tonight, she stops up and finds Thibault, but Thibault was just unable to get all of that shot. And Erika Gagnon with another spectacular save to keep this 2-1 lead here for Bishops.
Puck in the skates of Lavoie, trying to find Drapeau, miscommunication, and Santerre will recover, but now it goes back to Lavoie, can't find Lucier. They'll say it wasn't deflected. Icing is the call. Lucier said she deflected it. Referees say no. The whistle sounds. We'll have a face-off in Concordia zone one more time.
I was pretty sure that was deflected too there, Max, but we're up in the booth, not on the ice. The linesmen can obviously see it a lot better than we can. This first line coming out for their 5th shift already of this third period, getting plenty of ice time here tonight as they need a goal here, and they need one quickly as there's only 8 minutes remaining in this game, and they're still down 2-1.
Puck in front of the Burns box. Thibault trying to help to clear it forward, and it will go finally to Daphne Boutin. Boutin in the middle of the ice will get intercepted. It's Lucie with it. Lucie gets poked off the puck. Santerre with it now. Puck in front of Bishop's bench. Still loose. Finally will go to Santerre once again, and she'll be able to just dump it away, and both teams will make some changes. Annie Robinson will get it back for the Stingers. Robinson to Furlong. Furlong to Audrey Clavette. Clavette pushes her skate forward off the puck. Furlong there to help. Puck batted out of the air. Aspropotamaitis with possession. We'll push it towards the left side of the ice. We'll go to Beatrice Caron. Now to Robinson. Robinson to Clavette. Clavette will dump it away. Gagnon will play it. Gagnon spins it around, finds Savannah Cianci. Now it's Bouchard. Bouchard back to Cianci. We'll pass it forward to Bertrand. Bertrand loses it off the poke check. It'll get dumped away by Bishops. Verbeek to Jobin. Jobin, her pass, can't find a target. Bidzier chases after it. Jordan Laflamme gets there first. She'll go to Noémie Fontaine, but it's intercepted by Concordia. It's Bidzier. She'll shoot it. Blocker saved by Gagnon. Gaudreau. Parent can't control it as the puck jumped over her stick. Chouinard backhands it. Now the puck goes around the boards. It's Jobin with it. Jobin fighting with Fontaine. Still Jobin with it. Now it's poked off. Sandrine Chouinard with some space on the right. Chouinard cuts back in. Still Chouinard. Waits. Shoots it. Saved by Verbeek. Gaudreau with it now for Concordia. Gaudreau still batting it out of the air. Finally, we go to neutral ice. Cameron Johnson with it. Johnson will dump it. Verbeek will save it and knock it to her right side. Caron will find Gaudreau. She'll at least poke it into Bishop's territory. And Jordan Laflamme with it. 6 minutes to go in this third period. Bishop's up by 1. It's the Gators captain, Santerre with it on the backhand. Still Santerre with it. Gets knocked into the boards. Now it's Lucie with some speed. Emilie Lucie on a 1-on-2. Lucie around one defender. Waits. Still Lucie. Backhander in front. Drapeau can't get a shot off. And she falls to the ice, but Thibault has it. Thibault backhander. Lucie waits. Shoots it. Blocked in front. Rebound can't be collected. And it's now Micote with it from the Gators. She'll go to Gabrielle Santerre. Santerre waits, shoots it in front, can't get a deflection. Drapeau to Thibault. Back to Drapeau it goes. Long pass will find McIntyre. McIntyre dumps it away, chases after it. Gagnon will get it for the Gators. Pass it, and now it goes to Gabriel Santerre. Santerre gets knocked over by Courtney Rice, no call. McIntyre to Camille Richard. Richard to Courtney Rice. Gets the puck off her skate. Now Courtney Rice back with possession. Rice trying to go to Pelovic, but miscommunication between both players. Offside is the call, and we'll have less than 5 minutes to go in the third period.
Concordia maybe getting away with a bit of a penalty there. Courtney Rice was storming in on the forecheck and just clips the Bishops captain Santerre on the knee. Ref did not think it was a penalty. Bishops fans thought it was, but we stay at 5-on-5 here with 4:55 remaining, and if Concordia is going to need a goal, it's going to be soon.
Rosalie Parent backhands it into the Gator zone. Gaudreau chasing after it. Puck will go to Miguel Laramie. Can't clear it. Camille Richard now goes to Bidier. Bidier circles back around, looking for a passing lane. We'll go to Robinson at the point. Robinson shoots it in front. It's blocked. Bidier tries to shoot it again. It gets blocked once again. Puck behind the net. It's Parent with it on the backhand. We'll go to the point for Robinson. Robinson to Richard. Richard trying to shoot it in front. It's blocked by a Gators player. Cianci tries to clear it. Successful in her attempt. We'll go to Miguel Laramie. Laramie to Bouchard, but it's dumped back in by Parent. Amélie Brassard will pass it to the other side for Cianci. Cianci loses the puck. It's Emilie Lucier with it. Lucier waits. Now we'll shoot it. Saved by Gagnon. Rebound will be taken over by Regan Garreau. Garreau to Bouchard. Bouchard tries to knock it out. Lucier will keep it in. Drapeau chases after it. Against Cianci, it's Drapeau that wins the battle. Lucier back to Drapeau. Now to Lavoie. Lavoie backhands it for Jobin. Jobin now in front for one time for Lucier. She can't get a shot off. Chouinard will flick it up in the air. It does not hit the roof, and down the ice it goes. Icing waved off. Bishop able to make some changes. 3:35 left in the third period. Concordia down by 1. Jobin to Thibault. Thibault gets poked off the puck. It's Lavoie back to Thibault. She'll backhand it away. Gagnon leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson to Côté. Puck loose. Finally will go to Lafrenière. Lafrenière will backhand away, and Fontaine will get after it on the forecheck. Verbeek will get there first. Almost loses it, but gets some help as Verbeek gets knocked over. No call. Santerre working on the forecheck with Naomi Côté. Goes to Camille Richard. Richard spins back around. Trying to pass it to Caron. Successful. Now it goes to Velpest. Now to Pelovic. Pelovic can't keep possession. It goes to Boutin. Boutin with it with 2:48 left. Now to Santerre. Santerre pass it. Can't find Turcotte. And that's going to be an icing call against the Gators with 2:42 left in the third period. And the question becomes, when does head coach Julie Chu decide to pull Jordan Verbeek? She's looking at the bench. Chu says not just yet. With 2:42 remaining, that's still a lot of time left to potentially tie this game. No, actually, she will pull her. Verbeek will get pulled. Bidier on the ice. It's going to be 6-on-5. Face-off won by the Gators, however. Johnson around the boards. Turcotte with it. Turcotte passing it forward. Can't find Anne-Sophie Bertrand. And Angie Jobin will circle back. Jobin calms the puck down. Now it goes to Drapeau. Drapeau goes around Camille-Marie Bonhomme, but can't go around Amélie Brassard. Jobin kicks it down, but it's the linesman that kicks her down by accident. And thankfully, it's an icing call against Concordia. And if you're the line official, if that puck went in, you would have felt pretty bad if that would have been potentially the costly mistake. It's a timeout call by Concordia with 2:14 left in the third.
Julie Chu writing something up for this first line. You want that unit to be on the ice for potentially the rest of the game unless you score one quickly. And I'll be honest, Max, I haven't called a loss for the Concordia women's team all season, and I hope to keep that streak going. Concordia looking for their 18th in a row. Their backs against the wall here, 2:14 remaining, and they stay down 2-1. against the Gators, and the Gators have looked strong all period. They've given up a couple chances, but they've done a great job at winning the neutral zone battles and not letting Concordia get too many odd man rushes into their zone or contain the puck too much for too much time in their zone.
Concordia's coaching staff want the same players to stay on the ice for Bishops. The problem is, because of a timeout, it nullifies the icing, so both teams able to make changes when necessary. So now the faceoff is on the left side of WHKY Gagnon. 2:14 left in the third period. Faceoff won by Concordia. It's Drapeau with it to Jabin. Jabin back to Drapeau. Drapeau down low. Now it goes back to the captain. She'll back it in for Jabin. Jabin has to circle back around. Will pass it. It'll go to neutral ice, and Lavoie will recover. She'll go back to Drapeau. Drapeau to Thibault. Thibault to Bidier. Now to Lucien. Shoots. It will fan on the shot, and it goes behind the net. Back to the point for Jabin. Can't keep it in. It's Lavoie back with it. Lavoie try to dump it away. Can't do so. Backhand pass. Hits Bidier by accident. And Concordia have to refire here. Things not working on the communication front. Thibault with it now. Thibault on tired legs. Cote gets knocked over. No call. Puck loose on the boards. Minute 27 and counting. Left in the third period. Both teams trying to fetch the puck. Goes up in the air. Jabin chases after it. Has Santerre against her. And Jabin will go all the way back. And Concordia is going to have to make some changes here. Jabin off the boards. Finds Parent, but lost the puck on her skate. Puck in Concordia territory. Drapeau with it. Gets knocked off the puck. 1 minute left in the third period. Boutin will dump it away. Lavoie with it now. Lavoie backhands it for Jabin. Jabin to Drapeau. She can't control it. And Boutin will get there first for Bishops. She'll dump it off. It's blocked, but it's a delayed offside for Concordia. And that gives some more space. 40 seconds left. Puck dumped in. Will go to Béatrice Caron. Caron to Richard. Richard to Pelowich. Her pass can't find a target. Boutin tries to clear it. Blocked off by Concordia. Now Courtney Rice with it, and they'll call the hand pass. Just in front as Parent got knocked over. Whistle sounds. We'll have 29 seconds left in the third.
Unfortunate for Concordia there, as it looked like Camille Richard was going to be able to keep the puck in the zone, and they let play continue on for a couple more seconds, but then eventually they did call the whistle. A little bit of delayed one there. Maybe their last opportunity here if they can win this faceoff and get some control.
Jabin to Bidier. Now to Drapeau. Drapeau trying to push it forward. Puck is on neutral ice. 17 seconds. Touched by Concordia. It's not an offside. The puck is loose on the other side. Chasing after it is Boutin. Boutin will shoot it. It will go over the net. 7 seconds left. Bidier has to go quickly. She doesn't know the time. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. And that is how it will go. The Bishop Skaters beat the Concordia Stingers at home and keep their chances at the second place in the RSCQ alive.
A 17-game win streak, a really good performance by Concordia stemming back to 2025. And before tonight, the only team to hand them a loss was this Bishop Gators team. And I don't think there's anybody else you can give game MVP to apart from Erika Gagnon, single-handedly keeping the Gators side in this game, as they weren't even able to create too much offense, only 2 goals scored, but they only allowed 1. A great job by the Bishops netminder.
And as you mentioned, it's the first loss of 2026 for Concordia. One could argue that that could be a good thing for Concordia to suffer a loss here before the playoffs, and they still have 1 more home game left in this regular season. That's against the Carabins de l'Université de Montréal. Will be on Friday, February 20th next week, as the Bishop Skaters celebrate back to the locker room with a 2-1 victory.
Like you said, Max, maybe a loss, kind of good for Concordia, able to find whatever flaws they have left in their system. And obviously there were some tonight as they were handed the loss, but things to work on in practice before next week and build on before playoffs. A little bit of humility goes a long way. Obviously can't let your egos get too high A 17-game win streak is insanely impressive as they remain one of the best teams in the country. But a huge game coming next week against Montreal, especially for Bishops, as Bishops just beat them, but now they're going to hope that Concordia is able to come out with the win next week.
And also be score watching as Montreal and McGill play as we speak. That game at McConnell Arena. But this will conclude our broadcast this afternoon here at Mahar Arena. Final score 2-1 in favor of the Bishops Gators against the Concordia Stingers. For my partner Oliver Richmond, I've been Max McKenna. Thank you all for joining us. And for everyone at the production team and everyone at the stats team, we wish you all a good night. And we'll see you all next time.